Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to another month of subscription box unboxings. We've got 4 more to do this month, as you can see there. And yeah, I'll jump straight into it, but just to let you know that obviously with Christmas coming up, these could be a very good idea for a present. If anybody is going to be getting one of these, if you're thinking about it, use my links in the description. It just sort of support me as well by using those. So I'm not saying go out and buy one just for the sake of that, but if you are going to buy one, be sure to use those links. I would really appreciate it. We've got some really interesting themes this month and next month as well, so I'll talk more about that later on. But let's just jump straight into it, and I'm going to start with Loot Crate. Always start with Loot Crate. They were the originals, so we might as well start with those. The theme for Loot Crate this month is combat, so we'll see what's in here. Right, first up, what I can see, Blizzard Cute but Deadly Series 1 figures. Alright, so we got this guy. I have no idea who that is, but he looks pretty cool. What is he from? I have no idea who he is, what he's from. Let's have a look at the box. Is he on the box? Diablo. Is that from? I don't know. I don't know what that's. I'm guessing that's from Diablo. But he's a cool little character. So you get a little stand that allows him to stand up, and his tail, you can move around his tail as well, so you can sort of pivot around there. He's cool. He is a cool little figure. Very good. No idea who he is, what he's all about, but there you go. Right, what's this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Shades. I bet you can't say that multiple times in a row. Shredder Shades. Let's have a look. Good lord. I'm not, unlike the Pikachu hat, I'm not going to wear these throughout. The things I do for YouTube. So, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Shades. They're cool, you know, they're alright. I mean, good for if you're ever going to dress up as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I guess. But other than that, not a lot of use, maybe. Right, so that's something a bit different. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I've never seen any of the Hunger Games, so it doesn't mean much to me. But it's basically a badge, pin. As you guys can see, a little pin on the back there. Feels kind of promotionally to promote the film, but you know, it's good quality pin, that. You know, quite solid metal. So if you like that sort of thing, that'll be a good item to stick somewhere. This hasn't been very good for me so far because I don't really know, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I know, but there are other stuff. Right, so let's get into something that everybody knows. Fallout 4. Everybody, the hype around Fallout 4 is crazy. This is a Vault Boy bobblehead. So before I show you the actual bobblehead, I just want to mention what's on the box. It's quite a little funny thing. Vault Boy bobbleheads will permanently increase your skills and stats. Each bobblehead is good for 10 skill points or 1 statistic point. And then there's a sort of more things to do with the game. You got Loot Crate. Sort of, this is a Loot Crate exclusive item. Vault number 111. You know, it's fun when the boxes have something a little bit extra like that relating to the game. And then you've got your Vault Tech Vault Boy bobblehead, as you can see. Head bobbles. Very cool. Vault Tech there and 111 on the back. Vault 111. It's really well made. With it being an exclusive item, it gets a few extra points for that as well. But yeah, you know, with all the Fallout 4 hype, it's a good item to put in, and certainly Loot Crate are always kind of on the ball with that kind of stuff. Next up, Cute but Deadly sticker. Oh no, the magnets. I think the magnets. You pop out each of these. Got the characters on from this Cute but Deadly series. This must be some sort of series that Blizzard is specifically doing, revolving around their games, from what I can imagine. And it's characters from their games made in a cute but deadly style artwork. That's cool. If you like that sort of thing. What else? We're getting to the end. Almost at the sort of the classic stuff. Loot Crate exclusive Street Fighter hyper looting. Is this it's a comic book. So obviously the theme of this was combat. So we've got, you know, Street Fighter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fallout. Cool. Loot Crate. It's always good when you get an exclusive. You know you weren't going to get it anywhere else. Now you've got the classic book that tells you everything about it. The combat badge, which has a broken down bus on it, and then the box is very Fallout-esque. There are instructions to make this, so I'll do that and then come back to it. I would say that, you know, the stuff that's been in this crate hasn't necessarily appealed to me personally, like it did last month with the time crate. I always try to give each item a score that is sort of objective towards how good the quality of the item is, rather than necessarily how much it appeals to me. So these vinyl figures from Blizzard, you could have got various different ones, which is good to see, because oftentimes with these figures that you get where there are different options, it's always the same one that's in the box. So yeah, that's good to see that there's something different. I'll make up this box and see what it's all about. So that's how the box is meant to be. It's sort of a Fallout theme. You know, it's not going to get any extra points like we had for the very first box that I reviewed from Loot Crate, where I had all of the extra special stuff on it. But you know, I always like it when the boxes do something a little bit extra. That is, you know, not usual. Just rather than leaving it as a flat box. Right, let's move on to 1UP box. Remember, you can get any of these by clicking the links down below. They're all basically exactly the same. Monthly subscription boxes where you pay your money, they send you a load of loot, geeker, gamer type stuff, and you don't know what you're getting, but it's always a surprise. And as we've seen, sort of, you know, high quality items so far may not necessarily be straight to your tastes, but that's the fun of it, really. And there's always more value in the boxes than the money that you pay. Oh, that's the idea anyway. So 1UP box's theme this month is power, and we've got a t-shirt straight away. Superman crossover with Dragon Ball Z, over 9,000. That's an interesting t-shirt, I've got to say. Very good. I find those t-shirts quite interesting, you know, the crossovers with different things. Right, Captain America. This is a plush Captain America. Obviously, power works well. Try to get in the centre. So yeah, like a sort of beanie type plush with a big head. Cool little item. Alright, next up, what is this? I have no idea what this is. This is some ball. I don't know whether there's something inside of it. I think there is, because there's plastic around the outside. And it's got the body on the inside. So the body was inside the head. Everything's big heads these days. And there you go. Pretty much. Just a sort of little character. I don't know who that is. You guys might recognise him more than I do. I'm failing hard this month on recognising these people. Plasticky, I don't know, that's not really all that special. We'll see how it does in the scores at the end of the video, but right, one next. Star Wars Puzzle on the Go resealable bag for easy storage. It's a puzzle. A 100-piece puzzle from Star Wars, Disney Star Wars. It's from the new movie. That's the artwork is the actual puzzle. I'm not going to open it and put it together, screw that. But from the new Star Wars film, cool that they've got something sort of relevant to what's going on right now. Something a bit different as well, you know. Puzzles, people don't seem to, I don't know, is it just me, or do people not buy puzzles anymore? It's nice to have something from the past. Very good. Air freshener. I know I've seen Ashen's videos before with these. He doesn't like air fresheners. Batman air freshener. Well, it's obviously Batman related, but yeah, air fresheners. Not really. Doesn't really mean much to me. Next up, Dragon Ball Z Goku sticker. So if you like Dragon Ball Z, this has been a good one. The t-shirt was probably, again, one up seems to be very good with the t-shirts. You know, you can't have every single item to be absolutely wonderful and fantastic, but I would say that, you know, the t-shirts for one up box have been the best in the 2 that I've had so far. But again, we'll see the scores at the end. So we've got the these are made from by Funko, actually, according to this. Funko Mopies, they're called. When we're sure you won't be moping around when you see these comic book QDs. So they're Mopies, Funko Mopies. I see. They're just I see they're moping around. They're pretty unhappy with life. And we could have got Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Iron Man, the Flash, or Batman. So again, it's good that we could have had different options with that. I got Captain America. Which one would I have preferred to have? Probably Iron Man, I think. Or Superman. Anyway. Yeah, the Star Wars puzzle, that's cool. Harley Quinn air freshener, no thank you. Dragon Ball sticker, that's okay I suppose. DC buildable figures. You could have had a different one of those as well. So these figures... Is this meant to be... I still don't know who this is. So leave a comment, let me know who that is. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing, to be honest. That and the air freshener. But yeah, the t-shirt was good. The t-shirt was very good. And there's some good items there. And you also have the badge. Power is the theme. And you've got a little flash on there as well. Nothing with the box. One up box generally don't do anything with the box. Next up is Geek Fuel. Now I know that I said that Geek Fuel was only a one-off thing last month, but they've decided to sort of continue it and continue sending me these boxes. So we will have 4 boxes every month. So we'll see how Geek Fuel did very well last month on the scores. So we'll see how they do this month. Just to point out that I mentioned that Geek Fuel and 1UP box came quite late last month. Geek Fuel came a lot earlier this month, so they've sorted that out. 1UP box was the one that I was waiting for the longest to get this video done, and ZBOX, which is the one that we'll see next. They always come the earliest. So, right, I always like the way that Geek Fuel package things, to be honest. You know, it's all nicely packaged. It's probably the best packaging out of all of the boxes. We've got the Geek Fuel magazine. I'll come back to that. First up, let's see. Vault-Tec Security Division. Image not found. It's like a security key card from Fallout. Vault-Tec Security Key Card. That's a cool little item. You seem to get interesting little items with Geek Fuel like that you don't tend to get with the others. Right, next up. Again, this is quite packed with stuff. I'm guessing that is a Hunger Games. It seems to have the same sort of style as what that pin that I got earlier. Again, I haven't seen any of the Hunger Games movies, but just a little sticker there. Then we've got Ghostbusters 30th anniversary. Pack a deck of cards. Yeah, I can always use a deck of cards. I love card games, love poker. Ghostbusters 30th anniversary animated style pack of cards. That's cool. By the way, Geek Fuel don't have a theme with theirs. Obviously, the other boxes have a theme every month. Geek Fuel don't. It's just sort of a variety of different, you know, fun and interesting geeky type stuff. Hence the name Geek Fuel. So you've got obviously Joker card. Then all of the number cards are pretty much the same, but sort of an interesting style. You've got the back. And then the picture cards, sort of various characters from Ghostbusters. So interesting, very good. I can definitely get down with that. You can never have too many decks of cards. So next up, we've got a book excerpt and full downloadable video game included. How video games are made. My 12 months inside the development of Defense Grid 2. So Geek Fuel always give you a free game to download from like a PC game from Steam, and a t-shirt as well. That's something that they guarantee. But this has something a little bit extra to that. It's not only just the game, but part of a book that the person who wrote the game, who built the game, I should say, wrote, explaining how he made the game, I guess. So that's quite interesting. If anybody wants to get into the an insight into how video games are made and the development of stuff like that, and then obviously you've got the $15 value, it says, for the game code. That's on the back, and you can download that game. So yeah, cool, I'm done with that. Let's see, what's this? This is excellent. This is one of the best items we've had from these so far. Pac-Man salt and pepper pots. That's brilliant. Let's open these up. Let's have a look. Everybody loves Pac-Man. Again, I don't think any of these are exclusives, apart from obviously the t-shirt and the video game that you get every month. But very good. Very good. Blinky the salt pot and Inky the pepper pot. Well packaged. Very well made. Excellent. Those are a lot of fun. Very good item. Very impressed with that. Right. Next up, a roll. Let's see what this is all about. I'm guessing this is a poster of some description. So it's a Fallout poster. Fallout 4 poster. War never changes. And it's good that, you know, sometimes with these posters you get the logos of the box makers. So 1UP Box or Loot Crate are shown on the poster, which is something that you don't want. That's not on this. So excellent job there. Obviously Fallout 4 hype this month. And then a t-shirt. It took me a while to figure out what that is. But that is, I believe, an X-Wing in the style of those models that you used to put together. You used to have to sort of pop out the plastic models. You can probably still do that, I guess. You probably still get that. Resistance, the Force not included on the bottom, T70. That is a cool t-shirt. There's a lot of Star Wars hype at the minute, and for good reason, because Star Wars is absolutely unbelievable. But that is a really, really cool t-shirt. So, yeah, very good. The t-shirts have been very good. Geek Fuel magazine. You always get an extra magazine. Just talks about various geeky type stuff. Fallout stuff. Hunger Games. You know, writing about things that are in the box. That, you know, the themes of the stuff that's in the box. So, yeah, very good. Little magazine. It always adds to it. And then, yeah, just a card explaining everything in it. I don't know, Geek Fuel seem to just make very good stuff. I mean, they don't do anything with the box, so I never really give them an extra point for the box itself. But the packaging on the box is always very good. So, yeah, Geek Fuel did very well last month, and we'll see how they do this month. So, one more box to go. That is the ZBOX. So you've already seen a little bit of this if you saw the video from last month. The theme of this is time travel. It's time travel. So ZBOX is the one that always comes really early for me. It's always the start of the month rather than the others, which are sometimes at the end of the month. So the time travel one, it came at the very start of November, but it's still technically in the November box. But yeah, time travel was obviously based on the sort of Back to the Future hype that we had for the anniversary of that. And with that in mind, you've got the Marty McFly pop vinyl. This is the only pop vinyl we've had in these 4 boxes, which is probably good. You know, you don't want to overdo it. But it's a ZBOX exclusive as well, which is excellent because these are really high quality items, and in my scoring they always get 9, a score of 9 if they are an exclusive, because they're just such high quality items. So yeah, Marty McFly on his hoverboard, exclusive, ZBOX exclusive pop vinyl, very good there. Next up, Blink Time wristwatch. So I've seen this before. I'm sure this was given away in a loot crate before. So basically a watch that I think you have to press it, yeah, and it lights up with the time. So 4:39. It is not 4:39. I would need to set that, but yeah, that's what you do. You press the watch, and the time pops up. But beyond that, it's just there's nothing there at all. So cool little item if you want to watch. Next up is Doctor Who one pair of adult socks. So yeah, last month we had sort of Doctor Who and Back to the Future related stuff in the loot crate, and it seems like we've got this one just because the sort of the times are about the same for when they would have arrived. So yeah, one pair of adult socks from Doctor Who with the TARDIS on there. Cool, very interesting. Time travel, the ZBOX magazine time travel edition. Yeah, we'll come to that at the end. Oh, this feels heavy. What's this? This is ZBOX exclusive Chrononauts. So this is it seems like, yeah, it's a comic book, but it's so thick. Like, this is very, there's a lot in this. It's obviously, it must be based around these two guys. But there's Back to the Future theme or something to do with it as well. Wait, is that the... I don't know. I mean, you'd obviously have to read it to understand what it is, but look at how thick this is. Like, there's so many pages. Interesting. So that's certainly worth a read, and considering, you know, how thick it is, ZBOX exclusive as well. It's always good to have exclusive items. Exclusive items always get a few more points. And then we've got the sort of the ZBOX magazine, which just again explains what's in the box, talks a little bit about the themes to do with the box, goes over some past boxes as well. So yeah, this theme's all been about time travel, and that has been sort of shown with what we've got. Lots of Futurama quotes in there. So yeah, it's always good when they sort of include a magazine like this that just tells you all about it. But yeah, very high quality stuff. I thought there's been very little in these boxes so far that I haven't really I've sort of found not very good. The box has a crossover with Marty McFly and the Dalek, and then on the bottom, be excellent to each other. So very similar in sort of theme to what we had last month from Loot Crate, but that's because, again, as I mentioned, ZBOX comes so early compared to Loot Crate, and that's it. So we got a lot of good items here. I think the only, you know, something like this I wasn't really that bothered about, and maybe the Goku sticker, for example. You know, little items like that aren't really that special, but as always, what I'm going to do now is move on to the scores, where you'll see a collection of everything, what score each of the items in all of these boxes got, and then we'll collect up what the scores are for all of the boxes, and we'll see how they compare to each other this month and compared to the scores that we've already seen for next month. So we start with Loot Crate, and it's done a really good job straight away with the vinyl bobblehead. A Loot Crate exclusive that was, Fallout 4, and gets a score of 9 out of 10. One of only 2 items out of all of these 4 boxes that gets a score of 9 out of 10. And although the actual items in the Loot Crate this month didn't really speak to me in terms of the things that I'm interested in, with Loot Crate you know that you're always guaranteed a good number of high quality items, apart from maybe something like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle glasses, which I thought were pretty poor. But beyond that, you know, you're always guaranteed something decent, even if it's not necessarily something that you're interested in. Again, all of the prices are in the bottom left as well. Just remember that for each of the boxes, depending on where you are. Now, with One Up Box, I would say that there were more good items than Loot Crate, and also more bad items as well, which is reflected in the scores. But they do get very similar scores, and don't necessarily put all your thoughts into getting a box based on the scores that I give. It's just a way that I like to do it, to compare boxes month to month and compare the different things that you get. It all depends on what sort of things you want. Do you want something like Loot Crate where you're going to get an exclusive item, or something like Geek Fuel or 1UP where you may get more items that aren't necessarily going to be exclusive? It's all personal preference. Now, Geek Fuel really did knock it out of the park this month. Absolutely unbelievable, and that will be reflected in the scores, as you'll see. I just want to point out that I did check up, and the Salt and Pepper Pots, the Pac-Man Salt and Pepper Pots, and the Ghostbusters cards, those two things alone would have cost you the value that the box was on their own. So you get, you would have paid the same amount for the box just for those two items, and then you get all this extra stuff as well. Very, very good. It's amazing how they are able to put so much good stuff in. None of it's an exclusive item apart from obviously the t-shirt, but it's amazing how they just managed to pack so much stuff in, and they knocked it out of the park this month. Total score of 41, which is a new record for all of the boxes that we've ever done. Now with ZBOX, ZBOX did have a smaller number of items this time. They were all very high quality, but obviously when you do have a small number of items, it's hard to build up that score. But they had that ZBOX exclusive Marty McFly pop vinyl figure, which on its own is kind of worth getting one of these boxes. So, again, the score might not necessarily reflect the fact that that's something that you would really want. So it again is all personal preference, and the scores are just there as a sort of fun addition as we go through this series, and we're able to compare them as we go. But well done to Geek Fuel this month. They absolutely killed it. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. The themes for next month I have for Loot Crate, which is Galaxy. To do, obviously that will be to do with Star Wars, and also the ZBOX next theme, which you have to be quick for, is the Force. So again, that will no doubt be to do with Star Wars. So yeah, if you do want to get any of those, whether it's 1UP, Geek Fuel, ZBOX, or Loot Crate, if you want to choose any of those, if you want to get one, the links are in the description. Use those, and you'll be taken straight to the page that you need to be to get them. So hope this video has helped. I hope you've enjoyed watching me unbox all of these. Leave a comment. What do you think would have been your favourite item out of all of these, and which box do you think you would have rather had out of the 4 that we've done? So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.